Okay, so I popped this stream a bit live. What am I saying? A bit early. Sorry. I've been up since 5 this morning, so hopefully I can actually talk coherently for this stream. And there are bugs in my studio. But anyway, we are 10 minutes early, and I went ahead and started it because I wanted to kind of rant a little bit before we start, or maybe not rant, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking a Clone Wars Blokees series would be absolutely insane. And I've been thinking about this for like a week or more. If we got like Rex, Cody, Anakin, Obi-Wan, a normal clone trooper, a battle droid, a super battle droid, Asajj Ventress, and Grievous, that would be literally the perfect Clone Wars wave. Now, I was also thinking, if they did that, who would be the rare? Well, they could make Grievous be the rare, and we could have a normal 2-armed version as the standard with 2 lightsabers, and then a 4-armed, more battle-damaged version for the rare version. And I can't stop thinking about it. It would be so cool. That would be literally the best, most army buildable wave ever, especially if it included a plane trooper and 2 different types of battle droids. I'm going to send this stream to Blokees and they're going to see this, but I think I might just write them an email and be like, hey guys, what do you think about this idea? Because I really want some clone troopers. I don't know how these guys are going to be, but I'm really looking forward to the Stormtrooper. I think the Stormtrooper is going to be really cool. And this guy, who we're going to be building 2 more of tomorrow morning, if we got a clone trooper like this, that would be great as well, because I think this is better than Black Series. But yeah, this is I need Blokees to jump into the Clone Wars. Jerry Smith, BP Gaming, Flames Reviews, Thornader, Otis T. Anthony, welcome. Multiversal, why are you telling us? Hop in their DMs. Well, I'm telling you guys so I can send them this stream, and if they watch any bit of the stream, the first thing they see is me outlining this plan. So, I don't know. I might also talk about it in my review of these. But I went ahead and built one of these guys to do a short with, and I pulled... I'm trying to get to my focus ring without messing up my connection, but I got IG-11, who looks pretty good. Obviously, he's a little lacking in detail in some places, but he comes with a Stormtrooper blaster and a Stormtrooper rifle and a normal Stormtrooper blaster, and they come with these newsstands. It's got a single stud. It's very, very minimal. It's pretty cool. And he's got quite a bit of articulation overall. Like, I'm fairly impressed. I do think they made him a little small, and Blokees just kind of does that. They're not big on getting their scale exactly right when it comes to these Galaxy versions, but I do think he's got all the detail he needs. And we've got a little card, which looks fantastic. We've got the little Star Wars branding. So, I am quite looking forward to this. There's quite a few characters in here that I think were great choices. I'm also slightly worried that Mando and Boba are going to have very stubby arms, because the box art kind of makes it look like they're going to have stubby arms. But you know what? We will find out. So let's go ahead and start building. We're still technically 5 minutes early, but you know what? I've been waiting to build these for over a week, so I'm not waiting anymore. Here we go. Theo, welcome. I like the box art a lot. I think Blokees did great with the box art. Also, I'm kind of hoping to pull the rare Mando, but I also won't be super upset if I don't. Guilty Spark is cool so far. Yeah, he's a pretty good build. Alright, we're starting off with the Armorer. Oh yeah, Blokees started doing this where you get the stand and the card in their own separate little bag. I do think that they could, well, maybe not. There might be too many steps, but I do think they could probably fit some of the instructions onto the card the way they do for Defender version. Oh, that's weird. Her head is like multiple different pieces. And it looks kind of cursed, dismantled like this. Glad I got him especially for the price. Yeah, on sale like that, he's definitely a lot more worth it than normally. I mean, it's not, I guess not the worst normally, but that price was pretty steep. Head looks pretty good. And, oh, she's got the cloth. We've got the tongs and the hammer. Perfect for breaking Stormtrooper skulls. Now, the torso is very different from what I'm used to, because Blokees has changed up their system a lot. Which way is this supposed to go? Okay. Yeah, this is very, very different. Very different. Okay. Gotta make sure you get the orientation of the parts correct. And okay, the legs look like a more standard thing. I think I'm a little more familiar with this because it's quite similar to what they've done in the past. Oh my word, these knee pads are tiny. Gotta be careful not to lose these. So you got the Fleetcom Mongoose. Nice. I heard those are showing up at Ross, and I'm gonna have to go and check at some point, see if my Ross has any, because I would not be opposed to getting some more. My big complaint that I think I might have with the Armorer, at least based on the images and what I'm beginning to see now, is looks like her feet are really big. Mongoose. Plural for mongoose is mongooses. It should be mongoose. A lot of things are showing up at Ross. Yeah, wait, there was also like the Black Series helmets, like Sabine's helmet, and also like a Batman helmet that was showing up there. I think I need to go to Ross. They always start getting more stock in the fall because Christmas is beginning to get closer. And they always get more stock around Christmas. Okay. Does it go this way? Oh, it does. It does. It does. Okay, it doesn't look like she's got a drop down. But that's fine. And the belt. Mongoosin. Buckethead guy, welcome. The last Fleetcom set you need to complete the wave. Such as it is, Wave... I think Wave is a bit generous, but, you know. Get a Clone Wars Galaxy version. Do you think the first Clone Trooper will get our regular Clone Rex and Cody? I mean, that's my hope. That's my wish. And I do think it would make the most sense, because Rex and Cody are the two... oh, did I put that on backwards? Two of the most popular clones. And, of course, just getting a plain army builder. Because Blokees has put a bit of an emphasis on army builders here. So I think that would make the most sense to me. But I'm also biased because I really like Rex and Cody. Particularly Rex. I think Rex is the real draw. Is that a Brian Regan reference? No, I don't even know who that is. These look low-key peak. Should you cop them? I mean, if you can, I would say go for it. I can't give my full opinion until after I'm done. Oh, they give you an extra knee pad. That's actually quite considerate of them. Wow, she is skinny. Oh, I see why they made her so skinny, though. And you do get a bit of split there on the skirt. You were talking to Multiversal? Okay, because I don't know who you're talking about when you say the reference. Okay, so yeah, her armor is attached here, so she can go out to the side pretty easily. Not a double jointed neck, but I'm assuming that's because she's so thin. And then... oh, weird. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. But her fur is attached on to this hinge here. Secret Mando is with... yes, the Secret Mando comes with his flame effect. Yeah, I definitely think her feet are a little big. But it's not... I don't think it's as bad as I was imagining it might be. Let's take a look. The Stormtrooper. Yeah, the Stormtrooper is one I'm really looking forward to. Here, let me bump my light a little bit more this way. So here's the armorer. Like I said, I think her feet are a little large, but we do get a nice knee bend. And there is like a lower thigh swivel. And she's got articulation here. Definitely a little on the loose side. The helmet looks really good, though. Fur looks pretty solid. We can get upward motion like that. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. Definitely not my favorite figure of the wave, but she's not bad. I definitely think that the feet size is not quite as bad as I was expecting. I will say the hips definitely are looser than I was hoping to see. That's a little meh to me. But again, she's not the one out of this wave that I was looking for the most, so she's kind of one of those, yeah, it's fine. Did I ever get Flame Toys Megatron? I did not. I got the... once I got the Blokees, like, IDW Megatron, I was like, I don't really need the Flame Toys one. Teosaurus Rex, welcome. Did I hear that Xbox raised the price? I did. I'm glad I don't have Game Pass. I think that's ridiculous. Okay, so we got a lot of parts. Who do we have? Oh! We have Grogu. Oh, some desiccant. Yummy. You're manifesting the Stormtrooper. Not yet. There's no Stormtrooper yet. We do have Baby Yoda, though. Baby Yoda comes with a little flight stand. And a nice little terrain stand. Very different. Grogu. Make sure. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell if I'm in focus or not when I don't have a ton of pieces out. Luke Snowball, welcome. Oh, and for those of you who are from the Halo crowd, there is going to be Halo Infinite game night tomorrow because I moved the... Ooh, that is creepy. Because I moved the Defender stream up, there will be space for a second stream tomorrow, and that will be a Halo Infinite game night because we have not done one in quite a while. Thought it would just be a plastic lump. No, there's definitely more here than just a plastic lump. He is very large, though. Oh my goodness. He is not to scale at all. Also, he's got like a... Is that... He almost looks like he could fit the flight stand. Oh, you can. You can have him force jumping. Holly Amos, welcome. Oh, Grogu's little arms are pre-assembled. Oh, I see. They don't actually have like a joint. Or they do have a joint, but it's mostly just rotation there. Rotation and... Man. Grogu's little hands just kind of bobble around in there. What are my thoughts on the Skybound Transformers? You mean the comic? I have yet to read them. I don't know where to get them in my area. Oh, I see. He also pegs in. I see. Sequel trilogy sucked. The sequel trilogy did indeed suck. Stormtrooper designs were pretty cool, though. But the Stormtroopers themselves were very not cool. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Pocket Grogu from Blokees before GTA 6. Oh, is this upside down? It was upside down. I had it right the first time. And then Grogu can kind of sit here. I don't like the hands. For some reason, despite it being a ball joint, they just spin in there. So there is the closed up pod form here. Yeah, you can have the closed up pod like that. What if Mandalorian Grogu movie will be between season 1 and season 2? It's after season 3. That was confirmed. It's him doing jobs for the New Republic. These are different rocks. Interesting. I like this little terrain. I'd love to see Blokees go more into giving us like terrain bits. G Prime, welcome. You get a demarcation jump scare. What? Are they making Dark? You mean Darth Vader? Default NPC. Fire away. I will try my best to answer whatever question you have. Did I like season 2? No. I didn't like anything about the Halo TV show. It was awful from beginning to end. Peg that in there. And there we go. So yeah, this guy is absolutely freaking massive. Look how big he is compared to IG-11. He's like, this is giant Grogu. As a standalone display piece, though, this is pretty good. The pod top has some decoration. The stand looks quite good. Am I in focus here? And then, of course, we've got the card. And then, yeah, like I said, Grogu himself. Do I happen to have any Star Wars Vintage Collection figures? I only had one, but I gave it away because he wasn't complete. See, these are... I don't like that. I don't like the hands. I do have some Black Series figures, though, so we can at least show that. These guys definitely don't have the same proportions as Vintage Collection. Grogu ate too many frogs. Yeah, he really did. He really did. Okay. Aside from Ahsoka I'm like, about, but aside from Ahsoka, the rest from here on out are ones that I'm quite excited for. Because we got Mando and Boba and the 2 Stormtroopers and Moff Gideon. You think he ate too many eggs? Yeah, he might have. Alright, who do we have? Alright, looks like we pulled the normal Mando. Kind of unfortunate, but it was also somewhat inevitable. Show the next to Marvel Galaxy version. Yeah, I do have those. We can for sure do some comparisons for those. I guess I'm going to have to track down Rare Mando. Why don't I want Ahsoka? I'm just not a massive fan of Ahsoka. There's nothing wrong with her, but she's not one that I'm particularly looking forward to. I do think Blokees did a good job from what I've seen. Alright, time to find out if Mando's arms are really that overly stubby. Visor print is solid. I think that's okay. I guess I could probably ask for more, but it's pretty solid. Let's see him holding Grogu. I can try, but Grogu's so big. Interesting. Oh yeah, and he's got an articulated cloak. Do you like the Marvel Blokees better than the Transformers ones? I don't think I like it better. I like them both for various reasons. Okay. I did see the new Shining version. At least I saw the one figure reveal. I don't know if there's been more that I didn't hear about, but I saw Shatterglass Starscream, which I'm very excited about. Oh, this has a pre-assembled joints. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. He's got the print on the chest. Or on the ab, anyway. That's the back plate, I think. Yeah, that's the back plate. You like Rose Tico from The Last Jedi? What is there to like about her? She was kind of a non-character. Also, they gave Mando the double jointed neck, and then they proceeded to cover up the double jointed neck, so it's actually not that useful. That's a little weird. Am I going to ever review the Naruto stuff? I'm not really a Naruto person, so I don't feel like I can speak intelligently about it because I don't really know what I'm talking about. I mean, if there's that much of a demand for it, I can always ask Blokees to send some and see if they will, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I was afraid of that. He gets side to side, but up and down is basically nothing. What happens if you take this off? Not much. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't use the double jointed neck like to its fullest. It's a little strange to me. Is this the secret? This is not. Doing all the Defender Transformers series as a sub special. I mean, maybe. I need to get the new rares so I can actually do all the Defender rares. Oh, there's some print on there. That's cool. I'm like trying to build this in a way that's visible to the camera. Yeah. It was so hard to connect the sides of the body. Yeah, it kind of was. That part was a bit fiddly. Okay, we got his little side flap bits. The Darkest Night 2009, welcome. And then we've got... They did a very interesting thing for this waist. Alright. I mean, he is starting to... Whoa. Holy moly. That's a insane backwards movement. Yeah, basically, if you want him to look up or down, you kind of have to move the waist joint instead, which... Don't know how I feel about that. Are these the same? No, they are not. I think Blokees... What do I think? I mean, I don't know what I think they will do. I know what I hope they will do, which is Clone Wars. But will they actually do that? Who knows? You really got to make sure you get this correct. Otherwise, when you put that joint in, it is so hard to get back out. It's almost impossible. Alright, so we got that. And then the thigh. Oh, interesting. Okay, both the thigh pieces are the same. Okay. Oh, they tell you right and left. That's quite helpful. And then we get the... That's a cool way to do that. It's like on a little ball joint. And it's a thigh swivel, so the thigh can turn inside the armor. I definitely am a fan of that. Also, what's hilarious is he's got more knee bend than the Black Series Mando and the Mayfex Mando put together. How come Blokees lines get ab crunch but not Transformers? They just added the like ab crunch and like waist ball joint with the new wave, so they do have it now. All right, we got his little blue knee pad. That's pretty slick. Pop that on. Alright, and this is where it could all fall apart. Well, not literally fall apart, but it could all really come down to making this figure or breaking this figure. The arms. I'm pretty sure that Mando and Boba have the same... Oh boy, they did it, didn't they? Well, okay, I guess that's not horrible. You gotta put the detail bits on the underside to make it work for like real nice bend. Oh, yikes. Well, it's not the worst, but notice that the arms are extremely short in comparison to the legs. Well, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, because he's definitely got shorter arms. Mostly, I'm just curious to see if it's shorter than the Stormtrooper's arms or not. Zach, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Pop that on. Spark is 100% finished. Nice. Alright, and then we'll pop his cape on. I do think that the way they did the cape is pretty interesting. He's got his blaster. Alright, let's get a closer look at this dude. So detail-wise, I think he's pretty nice. He is pretty nice. But, yeah, the head doesn't get much up and down because they clamped the double joint into the neck bit, so there's no use for it. You can get a full 360, though. I mean, that's nice. He's got... like that. And, I mean, when you put the arms down, so if you have the arms all the way up, like that, that looks a little weird. But if you do it like this, I guess it looks better. The armor... oh, interesting. You can lower the arm down, and then it kind of goes into the slot. That's pretty cool. Wish they started using the soft goods for capes. I mean... I understand why they don't do it for the little versions, because they got to keep the costs down. His articulation, for the most part, is quite good. Better than a lot of the Mando figures on the market. His cape can blow. You do get this much of an arm bend. Dang it, I'm going to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze. Ugh. The blaster is pretty good. I do think that perhaps they could have made his arms a little longer or his legs a little shorter. Perhaps. But like I said, you can kind of do that and lower his arms down a bit. But then his neck starts looking a bit long. So I definitely think there's room for improvement. But also I don't know that it's quite as bad as I was thinking. Custom soft goods? Yeah, I do think custom soft goods here would be pretty easy and would go a long way. Alright, so I am both more pleased and more disappointed with Mando than I thought I was going to be. Which I guess means my feelings about this particular figure are just more than I was expecting them to be. But that is pretty cool. For like a hard cape, I do think that the little joint adds a lot of value. Hey, Scotty Z70, welcome! Alright, we got a couple more extra pieces. Alright, who are we going to pull next? We're going to get a Stormtrooper finally? Proportions kind of remind you of Gundam. Yeah, actually, I can see that. Who do we have? Yep, we got a Stormtrooper. This is the Incinerator Trooper, and he comes with one of those fire effects that Mando comes with. Or the rare Mando comes with, anyway. I was actually pretty surprised to see this guy in the first wave. Put him on a straight down pose. For what? For Mando? I'm assuming for Mando. So if we gap it downward a little bit. Oops. Make sure he's actually stuck together all the way. There we go. You can obviously pop them up all the way. So if we put him up all the way, he definitely has a bit of like a bulky... Make one Stormtrooper shorter. Well, they're doing that for the classic class ones, actually. The great thing about the Flame Trooper is he doesn't have to aim. Honestly, I think for Mando, if you pull his arms down a little bit, that helps him not have such a look. Yeah, they're not as bad as I thought they might be. Especially because, like I said, all of the art, they have the arms shoved up to the max. But if you... Well, you can pull... Oh, that looks a bit cursed. But if you put them up a little bit more, it's not too bad. I think I could ask for better, but it's not horrible. Pumps up with the Transformers. Certain parts would, depending on what parts, because I think the ball joints are standardized. Oh, he's got the pauldron. That opens up a lot of customizing options. Also, I love the fact that the eyes are color separated for the Stormies. That means always the crispest, sharpest eyes. And the eyes are the most important part, in my opinion. Also, I love this flame effect. This is fantastic. But wait, let me take out... Grogu is so big compared to Mando. He comes up to his knee. So where's the back of the helmet here? Ah, here it is. They come with stands. That's better than Hasbro these days. I don't even think they really needed stands. But, yeah, they came with them. The red on this guy could be printed a little better. I will say that. I can see that right off the bat. Alright, let's see. Do the Stormtroopers... They do. What? Blokees, why? Look, this is a double jointed neck. There's some articulation here. But then once we sandwich the undersuit on, that's just the end of the articulation for it. Yeah, it completely negates that, which is a bit of a bummer, to be honest. I do like the way that they sandwich the armor on, though. Ab crunch. The upper ab crunch doesn't give you a ton. He's got... Let me actually follow the instructions here. I'm trying to zoom ahead and guess. But instead of guessing, I should just build it according to the instructions. These are new builds, so maybe they'll improve it with Series 2. I mean, I fully expect them to. That's the thing about Blokees is, like, they improve so freaking fast that any issues that I have now, especially if I voice them and tell them, hey, guys, you could do this better, they might be fixed in the next wave. Looking at this, though, I'm like, man, Clone Troopers. Clone Troopers would rock. Hope we leave Mandalorian and move on to Star Wars. A Mandalorian Wave 2 could be cool, but I don't know that it would be necessary. So yeah, I would like to see... Again, I just want to see a move to Clone Wars. Clone Wars is my top desire from Blokees in terms of their... Oh, I did put it on correctly without meaning to. But clones. That's really it. But yeah, I don't know what they would do for a Wave 2. I mean, they could do Bo-Katan. They could do the Mandalorian Heavy. Oh, yes. I was hoping they would do this. Looks like, yeah, there's a thigh swivel independent of the leg armor. Yes. That means, well, actually, is that exactly what I was hoping? I was somewhat also hoping for a knee swivel because crouching poses are way easier if you have a knee swivel. Whoa! Gotta be careful there. Mongoose is big. Yeah, it's much beefier. So we can rotate that out of the way. I saw somebody get these guys in a kneeling pose, and I really don't know how they did it. Interesting. I don't know how they managed that. Also, wait a minute. I think I built the other leg. Yeah, I technically did. Also, I believe each foot is exactly the same. Vehicles. Yeah, speeders. You know what I would love to see? And this could be in a normal Star Wars wave or a Mando wave. But a scout trooper. A scout. Good grief. Why is this so hard? Okay. So there's that. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure how the person I saw got him into a crouch. So we'll just continue on. Want to rewatch the Halo show? No, don't do it. Why? Why would you hurt your brain that way? Scout Trooper. Yeah, that would be awesome. Honestly, I just want Blokees to do any Scout Trooper because I had to sell off I did sell off my Black Series Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike years ago, and I wish I didn't. Now, Blokees could come along and, you know, make a Scout Trooper or a Scout Trooper and a Speeder Bike. I would be quite happy about that. Alright, so we got that. And then, okay, so he doesn't get a normal back piece. He just gets the flame tank, which he doesn't have anything attaching it to the gun, but it was alright. Not good, but alright. Decent sci-fi. I don't know. There was a lot of really brain-dead decisions that seemed to be made. Like, the characters were constantly making dumb choices. That's the wrong way. And again, you do have to kind of rotate the gauntlet. Oh, that's the only way to do it. I see. I also see that needs to go that way. This joint sticks out a lot more. I think that's what's going to make the Stormtrooper's arm longer. Wait, is this even in? Oh, there we go. I thought that felt a little like it was sticking out. Be funny if Blokees did mobile suits. I don't understand why they would do that, to be honest. Because it's literally a competition. Like, it's... Blokees does model kits, and Gundam does model kits. So I don't really know why we would need a model kit brand to do toys or model kits of other model kits. Do I happen to have a ruler lying around? I might have a tape measure I could go grab. Again, not a ton of up and down. He can look to the side. Obviously, the pauldron gets in the way somewhat. Well, yeah, actually, they can kneel down. Yeah. That actually worked out pretty well. I feel like I'm struggling with doing this building more than I normally do. Want to know if the Stormtrooper is 10 centimeters? Look at this. We can plug that in there. Yep, you definitely got to be careful. They even give you an extra piece. They know that this will be easy to pop off. All right, let me go look real quick. I think I've got a tape measure nearby. do, in fact, have a tape measure. So, let's see. Be easier to build Blokees. I wouldn't say that. Oh, that's actually good articulation. All right, so we've got our Stormy here. In focus. Camera's having a hard time because it's white on white. Oh, my lock doesn't work anymore. That's nice. Four and a half inches-ish. Slightly, yeah, about 4.5 inches. That was pretty much what I was expecting. Does he have a pull-up torso? Ever so slightly. That would bring him maybe to just shy of 4.5 inches. I would love to see them do a mortar Stormtrooper as well. They're big. What's the vintage collection size? Because they count as 1/18th, do they not? Because like, I've got some other 1/18th figures. I'll do some more comparisons. We won't get. Try pushing the torso down. I did. It went down a little bit, just not very much. Flames, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your week, or great rest of your weekend. It is the weekend. 375. Membrane, welcome. Interesting. So definitely bigger. Ah, we got Ahsoka. Oh, interesting. Her lightsabers are all one piece. I was expecting them to do like a plug-on blade. Yeah, so when it comes to mixing and matching the brands, I would say it's probably not the most viable thing in the world. Not that I was expecting it to be, given that the styles are so different. I don't think that they would look great together anyway. Mostly because I'm not impressed with the vintage collection, to be honest. Mostly because their, especially face details, are really fuzzy. Like they're not the most solid things ever. They aren't separate. I was hoping that they would be separate, but apparently they're not. Okay, pop those on. Man, I did not expect there to be so many pieces just for her Leku. Golly, what is this? 5 pieces so far just for the Leku? Oops. Don't want to rotate it, because if you rotate it, then it won't go together properly. Alright. It's too small to be detailed. No. That's not true, because there are smaller figures. Wow, her face is actually quite good. There are smaller figures that have more and better detail than the vintage collection. So I don't think that's really a good pass for Hasbro. Why is this? What is going on? This is annoying. Oh, there we go. There we go. Building a Gundam model kit. I know it's not a great source of like views and interest because most model kits or most Gundam kits, by the time I get to them, there's been a million people that reviewed them. I do have a Gundam that I need to build. Honestly, what I'll probably do first when it comes to like mech stuff is I have some Exoforce sets that I want to build live. I have the biggest one actually. The original like Sentai Fortress. I'm going to build that live. So in terms of mech stuff, that'll come first. But, I mean, I could do a Gundam build. I'm not opposed to it. I did the Armored Core build a while back. So it's basically a similar thing. My Hobby Lobby sells Gundam, so it's not too hard to go and pick one up. Alright. Very different shaping for the legs here because of her kind of baggy pants. Are we in focus? Proper focus here. Had all the Exoforce stuff. Exoforce was one of Lego's greatest themes. It's sad that it's gone, but yeah, I got the Sentai Fortress for a fantastic deal. Absolutely amazing deal. Like, I think I paid not even $70 for it, and as far as I'm aware, it's complete. Carry 30-minute missions. My Hobby Lobby never actually gets, at least so far, the kits. There's like the support packs and stands and stuff for 30-minute missions, but there's not been any of the actual 30-minute missions, which is a little weird. This looks really funny right now. Like, that does not look like Ahsoka. It looks like some kid who's about to go and play basketball or something. Okay. So we've got this. She's got a much thinner arm build. And then you end up rotating it. There's rotation, but you end up rotating it. Doubt they'll do an Imperial Guard. I mean, you never know. This is Blokees after all. And if there's one thing Blokees is really good at, it's surprising people with what they do. Oh yeah, it rotates. And see, this is what I was hoping they would do with the Marvel arm guards. And that is not what they did with the Marvel arm guards, but I'm glad they're starting to change it now. Oh, she's got a more molded neck, and it's not a double joint. Interesting. Motorcycle. They don't know. Yeah, I haven't actually seen them stock. I've seen mine stock any of the real kits. If they do, maybe I'll pick one up, because I like some of them. Especially like the fantasy-looking ones. I'd love to pick up one of those. Yeah, these kind of do raise up on the joint a little bit. So far, almost everybody, except for, shockingly, IG-11, they could use better neck articulation. Oh, so you put it in there and then rotate it. I am a little bit worried that these will scratch over time, given that they're silver, but also these are kind of vaguely like made for guns, so the hands swing forward quite a bit. Alright, Let's take a look at Ahsoka. Do I have any 1/18th clones? I have some 1/18th figures, but I don't have any 1/18th clones, unfortunately. Look at that. Her face is actually pretty well done. Like, I was not expecting it to be quite this well done. She does have the rocker here, and you can raise it up a bit more. She's got the full knee bend. Hips are definitely loose. The lightsabers look really good. Is the neck made of 2 ball joints? The neck is made of 2 ball joints, but Blokees locks the neck so that the second ball joint doesn't do anything. So you only get like the most minimal up and down possible, which I'm a little miffed about. I think that they could have done better. Oh, she does get the rotation here. This, so far, it's just such a weird mix of like great articulation and dismal articulation. But yeah, overall, for the face, I was pleasantly surprised here. For the neck articulation, I was unpleasantly surprised. Also, here's a quick comparison between the Black Series 6-inch scale Yoda and the Blokees Yoda. I mean, this guy even is a bit big for that Mando, but holy moly, that Yoda's so big. I don't understand. Alright, so now we are down to Boba, Moff Gideon, and I forgot he wasn't stuck to his stand. Boba, Moff Gideon, and the Plane Trooper. Who will we pull next? Oh, we have Gideon. You can open them and not see the card right away, but the instructions do give it away. So this is the Mando armor Gideon. Oh, he has also an articulated cape. Get the Black Series Grogu for the Blokees Mando. Yes. Especially because the Black Series Grogu has been showing up on sale in a lot of places. Where's the... Oh, he's got the whole freaking jetpack and everything. Where's the front? Oh, there's the top. I like the way the armor looks so far, but where's the front of his face? Oh, it's here. Interesting. Oh, it is color separated. That's actually quite nice. I need to actually line up the T here. And then pop that on. Not bad. Not bad for the head. Time to cringe a little bit again while... See, look, it's right here. The ball joint. The ball joint is right here. I need to show this off real quick before I lock this down. You have this, and this is a ball joint. We got up and down and side to side here. And we're going to lock it away. Today or tomorrow or Sunday, your parents are going to watch Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. That's one I still need to watch. I wasn't sure how I felt about the animation. But if you watch it, you'll have to let me know how it is. If it's worth watching or not. Alright, I think this is the back. Yeah, the neck piece is just completely... Yep, seals up. Look at that. Now, if they had just kept it like this, you could have used a little bit, but... No, that's not what Blokees did. Also, am I doing this the right way? No, I'm not. Because I put this on the upside down. The abs section. Oh yeah, he's got a little bit of movement. We do have very nice sculpt work for that chest piece. And then the back plate. It's got a big peg sticking off of it. Then we need this. Ranked every Bay movie, Bumblebee movie, and Rise of the Beasts. That would definitely be a lot different than my normal content. Also, I feel like a lot of people would not like my rankings. Yeah, because I definitely enjoyed some of the Bay movies, but trying to rank them as like actual stories, oh boy, a lot of them are not very good. It's not even the armor that's blocking the neck articulation. It's just straight up the undersuit. Like, the armor parts are far enough away to not block it. Okay, and then we've got the leg armors, which is very nice. It's the left. Where's the right? Here it is. Is it worth watching? The I like the Zaku's. The Zaku's in that look really cool. The Solari's Zaku. Oh, I accidentally put this, like, I didn't pay attention to where I was putting the knee pad, but it turned out that it worked anyway. Pop that in. Okay. I will say, they're definitely a very satisfying build process. Like, the way it all comes together is quite good. He's got special forearms. You can rotate those. That's good. Gideon is a Maul, Vader, Boba wannabe. He just wants to be everybody who's cooler than he is. That's just the story of Moff Gideon. He's scary, but then he just wants to be... He wants to be cooler. He can't be cool his own way. So he decides to try to be the next biggest, scariest person in the galaxy. This would be a great base for, like, custom Dark Troopers or whatever. Oh, man. Alright, so we've got... This goes on. And then the jetpack goes on. Over top. Hey, Flame's back. You got a bit of articulation there. A little bit of back and forth. And then pop his helmet on. Oh, he does actually get a tiny bit of movement from the base piece. Also, he can look up. This is the first of these characters who has head articulation good enough to look up. Why couldn't they have done this with Mando? I do not understand. Like, I get there's the cloth around his neck, but man. We've got the pike, shock pike. I thought he had the Beskar spear at first, and I was like, what? Why? Then I realized, oh no, it's not. It's not the Beskar spear. It's his Praetorian shock pike. He definitely can fold his arms across his chest better than he can just bend his arms. Pike looks pretty good. The helmet looks fantastic. That's brilliant. Are the capes hard plastic? Yeah, of course they are. This is a blind bag series, so they're not going to do soft goods. But we still do get a little bit of articulation. Oh, did I not? Ugh. Yeah, I mean, he gets less than 90 degrees until you do this, and then he can do 90 degrees across the body, so that's interesting. Leg armor. They don't have the drop down, which I'm a little surprised about. I think in this case, a drop down would have been helpful. Oh, an unmasked head? That would have been honestly really good. I would have been on board with that for sure. But I will say, what we got is pretty darn cool. I would love to see custom, like Mando's using this. Alright, we're down to 2. We are down to Boba and the Stormtrooper. Who will we pull first? You like Gideon's design, but you don't like Gideon? I mean, he's a fantastic villain, in my opinion. I think he was a great villain. He was the perfect, like, you love to hate him kind of guy. You don't know most of these characters. What? You didn't watch Mando? Flame Studios? I mean, Studios is more ambiguous. Also, ODST, Anthony, we got actually the Stormtrooper. So the plain old Stormtrooper. What's really funny is this guy's blaster is really oversized, but it looks more normal to me than the Classic Class one because the Classic Class one is screen accurate, and I'm not used to seeing that. Play the Mandalorian song in the background. Yeah, but if I do that, I'm going to get absolutely copyright striked into oblivion by Disney. Otherwise, I would have had Mando's soundtrack playing this entire time. The black is a little, I think it could be a little sharper, but I gotta say, why does this look better than the bigger Black Series helmet? That's just a little sad on Hasbro's part. Alright. It's definitely a bit bright to see the Stormtrooper parts. But such is the hazard of having white things in a white studio. Pop that on. Again, mostly blocked. We've got this chest plate. This is the most army buildable figure from this wave. Oh, look at that. Which direction does that go? Like this. Pop that in there. Nice. Hasbro sucks in every corner. They're failing that. The Phase 1 helmets are decent. They're okay. They could be better. But yeah, I don't know. Hasbro's having Lego issues. And by Lego issues, I mean big, uncaring company issues. Color separated plastic. Agreed. Color separated plastic is always better. It won't scratch off over time. It looks really sharp and crisp. Spec armor damage. That need to be paint. Yeah. Okay, this is this side. Right. The original clone figures might look better, but they definitely pose worse. Hasbro sure has upgraded the articulation. But yeah, the current Stormtroopers, I'm really unimpressed with Hasbro's current Stormtroopers. They look so mushy in the face. Like, I have the original Sand Trooper. It looks way better than the new release Sand Trooper. I can't believe it. Blokees make General Grievous in Classic Class. Honestly, given how good they did IG-11, I kind of want a Galaxy version. But then again, that just plays into my big idea that I had. So, of course I want it. Oh, yes. When you don't have the pauldron on, this Stormtrooper head is one of the better posing from this wave. That is... I like to see that. I very much like to see that. That's a win. Oh, he's got an extra backplate. New Hasbro Stormtroopers. They're just mush troopers. Very, very unimpressive mush troopers. Okay. Want your Star Wars stuff on Galaxy version? What is the Stormtrooper in the background? That's an Incinerator Trooper. The flamethrower guy. And then we've got the arms. It's the same both sides here, since he doesn't have markings. And he's got good bend. Whoops. I even stood him on the stand and I still knocked him over. Okay. So far, the Stormtrooper is living up to my hopes. I believe these arms are symmetrical. Jar Jar Binks. Oh no, please no. We do not need Galaxy version Jar Jar. Alright, and we've got the majorly oversized blaster. But I really like the majorly oversized blaster. Alright, let's take a close look at this fella. Look at that. He's got... He can actually look up. He can look down-ish. He's got the ab joint. Yeah, look at that. All the bounty hunters. Yeah, I wouldn't count on that. I don't think Blokees is going to venture into like the random bounty hunters and cantina creatures for a while, if ever, because they're just not popular characters. But yeah, I could see a 3PO being a rare though. I would love to see an R2, although I'm a little afraid that they would make him massive. Can you put this one next to a Marvel figure? Let me build the last. Let me build the last guy, because we still got Boba, and then I'll grab a couple of the Marvel figures, and we will compare. I'll also grab a couple of 1/18th scale figures that I've got. But I like him. I like him. Looks way better than the Black Series one. All the detail is so much sharper. You love Hammerhead? Yes, but the general public is not just going to buy the heck out of a Hammerhead. Also, there's more than just the Cantina Ithorian. There was a Ithorian Jedi. Ah, yummy. Alright, our final figure is Boba in his repaired armor. Let's see if he has head articulation. Mark 6. I think I have most of them nearby. What do I think of Warhammer 40k or Space King? I don't really pay attention to Space King. I don't really know much about it. It strikes me as one of those overly obnoxious YouTube things, and thus I was not very interested. Oh, the sides of his head are color separated. Interesting. Warhammer, though, I've done some Warhammer reviews and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Also, Boba comes with 2 blasters. His classic blaster and his sidearm, which is quite generous, I feel. $100 Stormtroopers. I could imagine somebody buying hundreds of Stormtroopers. He's even got a little bit of detail on his undersuit. That's pretty cool. Boba Fett. That's like calling an AT-AT an AT-AT. Oh, nice detail for the chest armor. That's great. And then we got his little neckerchief. And we'll pop his head on. Well, he gets a little bit of up and down. Basically, the amount that I was hoping to see from Mando. So that's pretty sick. I am a fan. I'm a fan of that. Let's see how the rest of the figure is. Oh yeah, and he's got his like waist skirt bits. Does he come with a holster? No shot he actually... Oh, he does. I don't think it actually works, but he does have a faux holster here. That's awesome. AT-ATs until the 80s. Yes, but it doesn't make sense. It never made sense, even back in the 80s, because there are AT-STs. What do you say for AT-STs? Do you say ATs or an ATTE? Would that be an AT or an ATDP? Like there are even back when the original Star Wars came out, there were still AT-STs. So it never made sense to call them AT-ATs. Also, I don't believe that there's one time in the Star Wars universe where they actually call them AT-ATs. IG-88 IG. Warning, the knees on this one look very bad when bent. This is definitely a bit on the loose side. Well, let's see how bad this looks when bent. Well, this is just a... There's some nice texture, but it's a left. TIE fighters? No, they are actually called TIE fighters because they are called TIEs in universe. But the AT-ATs are never called AT-ATs in universe. Yeah, I mean, I can see the knees definitely look a little gappy. A little gappy when you bend them all the way to max. You can get a pretty solid bend like that and it's fine-ish. But yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Twin ion engine. Did Mando come with Grogu? No, Grogu is a separate thing. Chicken walkers. Yeah, I did call those chicken walkers when I was little. Pretty sure they call them AT-ATs and Rebels. I don't think so. I watched most of Rebels and I don't remember them saying AT-ATs. They could have changed the name. I really don't think so. It's possible, but because again, it still wouldn't have made sense. How would you have pronounced AT-ST? I think the cloth bits are actually pretty slick. Oh, his shoulders are actually molded on to his arm. Also, yes, I believe this is the same piece as Mando's arm. Changed guns to walkie-talkies. Well, that's a different type of change. AT&T's. Your mobile service provider. This Imperial attack is sponsored by AT&T. Who would I want in a future Galaxy version? Like I've said, Clone Wars. That's really what I want to see. Clone Wars all the way. That's actually quite good articulation there. Yeah, basically, Boba is how I hoped Mando would be. Yeah, he's got his sidearm. And then he's got his rifle. I think they got the proportions of him pretty much spot on. His, like, slightly chubbier look. And then he's got his iconic jetpack. Do the weapons have good details? I mean, I think that they're actually quite well done. That's some nice mold work. And then the pistol has some nice mold work. That's pretty good. Pretty darn good. Let's see. How easy is it to have him shoulder this? He can actually shoulder it decently well. Honestly, it's a little better than I was expecting. And no, you unfortunately can't put his sidearm in the holster, but the holster is a nice detail. Yeah, this guy's great. This guy is fantastic. Alright, so let's do some size comparisons here. We've got Boba. We've got Stormy. Stand up, buddy. And then we'll grab Din. Yeah, I definitely wished that... Push it down a little bit more. Okay, let me grab some Marvel figures. Got the Mark 6. Let's grab a Bucky and Falcon. I want to say these guys are a little smaller. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. That's actually kind of perfect. That's actually really... Yeah, that's pretty good. Let me move these guys in the background so we can get a bit of a clearer view. Then let's grab Bucky here. Because Bucky definitely is a little, well, he's got bigger details, but... Yo, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I was expecting this to be way more off. The head sizes are definitely a bit strange. But here, what if I just pull like... Yeah, the Falcon head is way bigger. But look at that. He's got articulation. Grogu, I got a new jetpack. This one has wings. See, the Marvel figures kept the double-jointed neck. Why did the Star Wars ones not? But why does that actually look kind of cool? They give new stands to Star Wars with remove stands from Transformers. Yes, they thinned down the stands for Star Wars. I just had an idea though. I need the Mark 1. Guys, it's the Iron Mandalorian. He looks so tall. Or how about this? The Iron Mandalorian. The Falcon figure is very cool. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. The wings are so much fun to mess around with. Yeah. Also, yeah, the hands are way different. The hands are way different. Like the Marvel hands are way chubbier. But here is Iron Man next to our Stormtrooper. The Stormy's a little taller. I've also got... I have all the waves right now, so I have basically all the figures for comparison. Why is this sticking so bad? Oh, I forgot. If you have these guys, look at this. Isn't that sick? Captain America. Where? I have a couple different caps, but yeah, you can do the jet effect. And if you get Mando, the rare Mando, he actually comes with a couple of these, which is cool. Attached Transformers limbs. I can try really quick. I think that the ball joint size is different though. I want to say it is. Whoa. Yeah, they're a bit... It doesn't quite work. What about this? Is this the same? Oh! It is the same size! It just... This arm is so bulky that it's a little hard to get to, but you can have a skinny little human arm on here. That's certainly a thing you can do. But yeah, you can't quite fit the... Can't quite fit the Stormtrooper one. Interesting. Very interesting. There's way more pop and swap potential here than I initially thought that there might be. Do the effect parts have the same hole sizes? It depends on what effect part. So the blast effect... the blast effect is a small pinhole size, and they are the same across both waves. Golly, stand up, dude. This one, however, this one is a bar size, so like the size of a figure, being able to hold it. So you need a bar-sized hole. And then there are the even bigger blast effects from Transformers, which I don't think I have one on hand. But those don't fit the same way. So this is like the bar size, so you can have him like this. I don't have the piece. He's supposed to come with a piece to angle it right, but yeah, you can make him hold it. That's a little weird. See, now this is where something like this should have gone. That would be perfect. That would be so good. Also, what I really like is if you want, you can yoink the blaster from IG and we have more of a Stormtrooper arsenal because of it. Look at that. Isn't that sick? You get the proper big blaster. I really like that. So now you can, if you get IG and you get like 4 or 5 Stormtroopers, you can have some of them with the bigger blasters and some of them with the more normal size blasters. That's pretty cool. Pew pew. Man, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of ups and downs for this wave. A lot of ups and downs. A lot of things I really like, and a lot of things. Oh my goodness, he can't hold Grogu. Grogu is too big. He's too big. He is so too big. Oh boy. Oh, he can kind of hold him. Oh, let me grab Black Series Mando. Here's Black Series Mando. And here is Little Blokees Mando. That's pretty cool. Not half bad. I definitely think that while Mando is my favorite character, I was hoping that he would be perfect. I think the standouts are Boba and the plain Stormtrooper. Like those are really good. Both of these guys are. I'm pretty impressed with that. IG, he could be bigger, but it's not as bad as I was thinking it might be, having them side by side. He's got the whistling birds thing too. So yeah, I think there's a lot of fun to be had here. Not gonna lie. I think that the future of Blokees Star Wars is quite bright, especially if they can kind of fix up some of the iffy bits here. Also, it almost feels like these armor bits should be the other way around. Like this. Does that not work? That might not work. No, it does. It does. Okay, never mind. That's very weird. Does this set have a secret chase? Yes, you can get a version of Mando that's a lot shinier. And he comes with his jetpack. And he comes with some blast effects and a flame wrist effect. So yes, there is a secret chase. Alright, well, I probably could just keep messing with these guys for a bit, but like I said at the beginning of the stream, I have been up since like 5 this morning for work. So I think this is where we will end off. Tomorrow we will build the rest of these guys. I've got 2 more. And we will build Darth Vader. So that is the plan there. So I will go ahead and pray us out like usual. And we'll head off. Whoa. Stand up, Mando. Please stand up for just a split second. He's a bit of a tipsy fellow. Well, Lord, thank you for giving us the opportunity to do this. You know, it's very easy to take for granted being able to pop a stream on and, you know, build these, and it's just very easy to take for granted. But I just want to thank you that we have the means to have access to the internet and actually, you know, join streams and have access to things like Blokees and being able to enjoy them. Just help us not to forget all the things that we've been given. I just ask that you bless everybody who joined, give them all safe and enjoyable weekends. Yeah, Lord, just thank you again for giving us this opportunity. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so hope to see some of you guys at least tomorrow. I do need to schedule it, but like I said, there's going to be Halo Infinite game night after the build tomorrow. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys next time. And I have to click 2 buttons.